The goal of any business is to make money. If you're selling on Amazon or thinking about Amazon, do you know, are you certain that you will be profitable? If you're selling, do you know what your profit is, or do you want more profit, right? It seems like a silly question, but it's actually, while it's an effort to grow sales, it's actually a lot harder to be profitable on Amazon. And how we know that? Because we worked with now hundreds of brands, helped sell tens of millions of products over now, 7 years. And we help our clients not only to grow sales, but also become profitable. So for most of them, they can exit, right? So in the end of the day, you need a profitable business, regardless of whether you want to keep it or sell it. And our 5 profit pillars were born out of this empirical work. And the beauty of this model is that it works for any category, for any product. It doesn't really matter what the competition is doing. That's really the beauty of a model that can withstand nuances of different category or different products and seasonality and whatnot. If you take these 5 pillars to heart, if you take these principles to heart, it's inevitable that you will be profitable on Amazon. That's why I'm so excited to share it with you. Let's go through 5 of them. Okay, the first one is, so the 5 pillars that you probably already read, product, presence, process, promotions, and people. Let's start with the first one. And also the order is important. This order is important. Okay, so there is a reason we start with the first one being product, because it all starts with the right product selection for Amazon. What does that mean? Here, I don't necessarily mean your product differentiation. I'm not talking about branding. I'm not talking about how you stand out from competition or what your features are. This is really the how product is. Well, let's just go through this. First of all, it needs to be e-commerce suitable. It needs to withstand, right, the shipment, the delivery, the being in the process. It's temperature sensitive or whatnot, or fragile, and also it needs to fit typical customer journey for selling online. The more common is something that customers buy online, the less resistance there is, right? So yes, while people do buy furniture online or certain things, it's a lot easier to sell things that are already they've bought over and over many times. So pricing that fits Amazon fee structure, single SKU P&L. I preach about this over and over because often that's where it starts and often that's where it breaks. If your single SKU P&L does not work, how do you imagine scale? Sales can fix lots of sins, but one thing they cannot fix, you just cannot fix profit with just scale. So you need to look at, there's plenty of tools, or we can help you look at the breakdown, the pro forma for your cost, but it's really your Amazon fee of commission of 10-50%, and if you use FBA, it is your additional FBA fee. So that needs to work for you, right? You need to understand that it needs to work for your margins, which is offering that fits desired margins. Here desired, whatever is desired, but also whatever it needs to be for your business to cover other costs. It's extremely challenging for Amazon to be self-sustainable on gross margin being less than 30%, ideally it's 60% or more, right? I know it's in some categories, like we work a lot with food, some categories are harder than others, but that is kind of the baseline, I would say. And the last but not least is the inventory. So production needs to support growth, because once you're out of stock, you actually lose a lot of ranking, which means the money that you spend on marketing, you kind of, it's gone, right? So while things happen, black swan events like pandemic that disrupt supply chain happen, this is really kind of the forecasting and priority that Amazon needs to have in your business from production point of view. All right, let's go to the next one. So we have our product, presence. This is brand presence. If you are, you're probably on multiple channels, meaning that you probably have your website, you may or may not be already on Amazon, maybe you're in retail. So let me ask you then a question. If Amazon were the only place where customers could find you, how would you feel about your brand? Do you feel good about it? Or do you have kind of your gut response like, oh, I don't know, if that's the only place, I don't feel good about it. So that's your qualitative kind of the benchmark. So Your presence, brand presence, needs to be strong, meaning that it needs to have product images, content. You need to have, well, high volume reviews amount of time, but also average rating. 4 out of 5 stars is really kind of the best territory to be in. Aim for being 4 and above. Then use of keywords, search term, because Amazon is search algorithm. So here, that's what we mean by strong brand presence. Why it also matters? Because it translates to money. Think about your brand presence, your product pages, your storefront on Amazon, your images. It's like a golden goose that lays golden eggs over and over, meaning it helps with your conversions. You put investment once, yeah, you may need to update it, but still it's an upfront investment. And then customers, that traffic that comes to your page, they buy over, it pays over and over, right? Because you don't generate new images for every new sale. So you need to really prioritize investments and presence, which is why it's, the second pillar of profit. It's because it translates to profit, right? Conversions, your sales that you didn't pay for, traffic that comes, buys, okay? Now let's go to the third one, your process. This is your operational backbone. It's the fulfillment. It's delivering what's promised. It's meeting customer expectations. It's taking care of customers. It's making sure, items don't break. It's, the secure shipping to Amazon warehouse if you use FBA. So think this is your account health. Think about it as the same way as credit history in your personal finance. So the better your history is as a consumer, as a borrower, the more opportunities you have, the more funding you have opportunities for. The same here. So while account health and operations is not, I don't know if it's the most, account health is not the most determining criterion of gaining search results for Amazon algorithm, but if you do not have it, it definitely can break it. It definitely impacts sales and conversions. And if neglected, it can lead to shutdown of accounts. So here is the, again, operational backbone, your processes. Promotions. Not a secret. It's hard to really build a brand without promotions or marketing. And on Amazon, it's really virtually impossible nowadays, unless you have really built out brand equity. So in order to grow on Amazon, and definitely in order to launch, in order to grow, in order to scale, you have to have marketing as your ongoing budget. And here we talk about a healthy ad budget, and I don't want to go into details about it because that's a topic of its own, definition of healthy, right? Because in the launch phase, it's going to be different than your growth phase. When you plateau on your growth, to go to the next, well, it's different definitions, right? But it's really making allocation of your sales to marketing as ongoing, right? Not just determine it as a, well, I paid this and I get this for one sale. It's looking at it as, well, as a funnel, really. Using sponsored ads. There's plenty of different Amazon marketing capabilities, but sponsored ads is kind of bread and butter. That's what we generate for our clients in terms of sales. Over and over, really majority of sales are come from that. Driving outside traffic, if not all the time, it definitely is needed on occasion to give you boost. And when you boost in organic rankings, then you get more sales, generate more sales, get more profit. Because again, your single unit economics work, right? So the more sales will lead to more profit. And then use coupon promotions as needed, as wanted, at least for the key timelines of Black Friday or Prime Day or holidays. So that is, again, going back to, you need to, your margins, your single SKU economics need to support those occasional promotions. Last but not least is people. Here you need Amazon expertise and team that works together for the same, aligned with under business goals. So you need strategy function, and I'm going to link to what are the key functions, whether you're doing internally or outside, you hire outside expert like us. Somebody to give you strategy, somebody who support your marketing, You need kind of a strategy. You need to have a numbers nerd, right? Advertising nerd. You need to have a creative person. You need to have an operational person. So you have a team that works together towards same business goals for your business. And if you need help, if you're struggling with profitability on Amazon, we can help you be more profitable on Amazon so you can make more money and perhaps sell your business for more money if that's your goal. You can find us at RedRocksEcommerce.com. My name is Irina Balurko, and I'm a partner at Red Rocks E-commerce, doing the introduction at the very end. Hopefully this was helpful. We'll talk soon.